Hey guys, I am ridiculously over the top excited for you guys to see this video. It is on the new Natasha Denona Star Palette. And you are about to see my crazy unboxing because, oh my goodness, you're all gonna need a moment when you see what's inside of this beautiful baby because it is just so amazing. So I'm going to keep this intro nice and short and to the point because there is a lot of rambling that is going to go on as soon as you see me without any makeup on and as I open this and start applying it, and then in my outro after I have worked these products, and you're gonna see how amazing these eyeshadows are. Truly, they are something else. So I hope you stay tuned for this entire video. I know it is lengthy, I am sorry, but there is so much goodness about this. I really wanted to cover it in depth because it is so expensive. And I'm not going to open it yet because you're about to see that. But that's why it is such a long video, because there's just so much that I had to cover. And I owed it to you guys because it is such an expensive palette to give you all the nitty-gritty breakdown. So you are about to get that. And I created this look for the first time while filming. So if you want to see this look, or if you want to see the palette or a review on the palette or anything to do with this palette, just stay tuned because it is all in this video and it is about to happen right now. Hey guys, I am so insanely excited for this video because I have been dying to open this box. Romeo is joining in on the excitement. I was able to get my hands on the Natasha Denona Star palette. It is her holiday palette and it comes in a packaging that looks like this, and it has all the shades listed in the back. I have not opened this yet. It has been killing me. There was so much hype going on about this palette, and for like the last couple of weeks I was getting emails from Natasha Denona, Sephora, and Beautylish anticipating the release of this palette. And then I was so fortunate because Beautylish gave me a VIP early access to the release, so I was able to get it from Beautylish before it actually launched to everybody else. So that was like so cool. So I was like guaranteed getting the palette. It is $169. It is really pricey, but her palettes are like a luxury item. All of her eyeshadows, all of her like beauty items are, but they are actually luxury made, like top end, high quality. I am so obsessed with her eyeshadows already. I have so many of her individual ones, and then I have one of her 5 eyeshadow little palettes that are just, that was my ride or die. So let's get into this one because I'm dying to. And this is so cute. Oh my god. Okay, this is like the best palette I have ever felt in my life. Okay, it's like this silver champagne, and look at the reflection on it. This is such an intense, like, the quality of the packaging alone is ridiculous, and it is seamless. Look at how the stars continue on the back. This is beautiful. It's made in Italy. It's not tested on animals, which I love that. Oh my gosh. Oh my god. I need a moment. Okay, guys. Here's the palette. So she released 18 new shades. She has, I guess I will start by saying that it comes with this insert, which it does have like the tear, so it is a removable insert, but I love that the insert is actually here because it has all of the shadow names on it, but this would actually act as a barrier from the eyeshadows, so it's going to keep everything more clean. So even though it's kind of like, you know, floppy and there, this palette, it's just it seems like it's so easy to just, like the magnet is no joke, but to just fold. Like it doesn't get in the way. Look at that. That is perfect. So if you're working on clients or you're just working on yourself, it is not in the way at all. So I am not going to tear that out. I think that that is actually kind of a neat feature. So it gives you that flexibility to be able to tear it out if you want to, but I actually enjoy that it's going to keep the mirror clean. There, so I took, there's the camera. So I took the plastic cover off so you can see how reflective and beautiful that is. So I think that this is definitely a plus. I generally do like my eyeshadow names to be on the back of the packaging, but because this is such a luxury type of package, I kind of really enjoy that it is just this seamless, beautiful, the feeling to it. Natasha Denona is just so iconic. It's luxury. I mean, it is a holiday palette. So I think that because it's such a luxury palette, it's actually really awesome that it is designed this way. So I will take it. Natasha Denona actually created 18 new shades for this palette, which I think is incredible. It's not like she just took 18 old shades and popped them in a palette, or, you know, took like 10 or 12 shades and then created just a couple new ones for the holiday. These are actually 18 new shades all together. So I think that is a huge bonus to this price tag. And they're actually full size eyeshadows as well. They're not smaller ones that you can typically get when you are buying a palette. They're generally kind of scaled down to a palette. These are actually her full size eyeshadows. So you're getting a lot of product, which is awesome. And then she has this new innovative Chroma Crystal eyeshadow, which are the 4 like super sparkle ones. I'm not sure if you guys can see that or not. And then she has 2 that are duochrome and 3 metallics in here. And then there are 9 shadows that are just like her new creamy matte formula. So this new formula is supposed to be even more easy to work with and even more blendable than her prior eyeshadows. And her prior eyeshadows are so easy to work with and they're so buttery and it already does the work for you. So I can't even imagine how she's improved upon this palette, but apparently she has. And then you have your warm and cool tones on both sides. So that is awesome. It's apparently made with crushed diamond pearls. I don't know. It is talc and paraben free, which is amazing. A lot of people have talc allergies, so when they put anything with eyeshadows that has talc in it and you put it on your eyes, you get that eye irritation from it. So you're not going to get any of that with these eyeshadows. So this palette, it is just beautiful. Those duochrome shades just look fabulous. These glitters are just like calling my name. I have no idea what I'm going to do for a look. I'm like dying to get into these like purpley reds now that I did that one tutorial, like the most recent one with the Modern Renaissance palette. But because I just did that, I'm kind of thinking that maybe I'll stick with the more nudie ones and do a more nude one, because I don't usually do that, but maybe I will today. So I don't know, we'll have to get into it and then just see where it takes us. Natasha Denona also designed this, that way it was pretty flawless when you're trying to come up with an eyeshadow look. If you really are like a new beginner or you're just really not sure what you want to do, how to attack it. So she put them in an order on purpose. They're not just thrown in here. So she designed it so that way you can create a look going horizontally, vertically, and diagonally. So you can create a look going vertically on any single row, horizontally on any row, and diagonally on any row. And then you can just take those 3 shades and make a look, and those 3 colors are all meant to work together and blend flawlessly. It does not matter on the diagonal, or like I said, if it's horizontal or if it's vertical. So I think that that is also genius. I've never heard of a palette doing that before. So, I mean, she thought of everything. And like I said, this palette is just, it is intense. This is beautiful. So I need to get to it. I'm gonna throw on my MAC Pro Longwear Concealer. And then in the spirit of keeping up with just sticking to the palettes, I will set my eyeshadow or my concealer using one of her nude eyeshadows. So I'll quickly do that off camera and I will be right back. Now I have my concealer on, so I'm going to take a big fluffy brush to set my concealer with one of these eyeshadows. So it's going to be my first time dipping into these eyeshadows. I'm just going to spray a little bit of MAC Fix Plus onto my brush, just a little extra shadow insurance. And what I just noticed also is that by having this barrier, when you pick up your palette, your hands don't touch the mirror. So that is awesome. You're not getting fingerprints on your mirror. But I'm going to set it using Attic, which is this shade, and see how this works. It may actually not have even needed to use MAC Fix Plus. I'm just so used to it. Yeah, this is a really beautiful natural nude. Like this is actually almost blending with my skin. So this is going to be a perfect setting color. This would be a great transition shade as well. Now that I have my concealer all set, this is actually a really warm tone that I really built up, but I'm going to take Flesh, which looks like a much cooler tone in the palette, and it's on the cool side. This is the warm side. And I'm going to take a Sigma Tapered Blending E35 fluffy brush, and I'm not going to spray anything on this. I'm just going to dip it in. Yeah, this looks so creamy. There's not even like powder kickoff, nothing. Like this looks awesome. So I'm going to put this into my crease and just in circular motions start blending this back and forth, windshield wiper motions, and just build this shade up. These are blending so smoothly. Wow. These are amazing to work with. Now that I have my crease all built up, I'm going to take Tanya, which is this darker one, and it's kind of cool because it's got my name kind of in it, you know. And I'm going to dip my brush in that one and then build this crease for a little bit more depth. This is a really beautiful brown. Again, windshield wiper motions back and forth. Circular motions. And I will be applying both of these shades to my lower lash line as well. I will just be doing that after I do my base makeup. Now I'm just going to quickly tightline using my Urban Decay in Perversion, their 24/7 Glide On pencil. I'm actually going to take some Too Faced glitter glue and just as a little extra insurance, just pop some of that onto my lid and then go in with one of these glitters. Because I am leaving this as a really nudie look, I'm going to build up, you know, a little bit more on the liner once I'm done putting the eyeshadow on, and I will just do a really nice blush and I think a really rosy lip. And I never go like nude in the eyes. I've always gone ruby bronze and sparkly as the most nude. So this is like the other end of the spectrum from my going outside of my comfort zone. But I do want to make sure that this glitter is going to hold up, and I'm sure that it will, but I mean, I have it on hand, so I'm just going to apply a little bit of glitter glue onto my lid before getting into the glitter. And now I'm going to take this really nude glitter, Bellatrix, and I'm going to try to apply it with my finger first. Look at that. And just press it. Oh, wow. Oh, press it into the skin. Oh, that is beautiful. Yeah, I bet you this doesn't need the glitter glue, but having it on hand is just going to make it like, bam, stay there. So why not? Oh, that is so pretty. Oh, her eyeshadows, I'm telling you guys, I know that it is so expensive, but a little really goes a long way. And they're so high quality and there's such a selection, and I'm loving holding this palette. Like, it's just, you just know that it is luxury. It's so good. So I'm gonna pop some on the other eye. I am dying to use every single shade in here and come up with so many different looks. Like, I don't think you guys understand the amount of tutorials and different visions that I'm coming up with in my head right now. I'm so excited. Now, with no additional product, I'm just going to buff this all like smoothly so there are no harsh edges, no glitter where there shouldn't be any. This will get cleaned up when I do my face cleanup, but for now I just want to buff everything out and make it smooth. I'm going to grab my Tarte gel liner in black and a Morphe R45 brush, which is a really precise angled brush. Dip my liner in the pot and then wipe off the excess. There we go. And then I like to start on the middle of the lid and then work my way out. And I just want to add a little bit more depth and dimension to this nude look by bringing in some black. I think I am going to do a wing, but I'm gonna have to wait until I do the rest of my face and then draw the wing, and I think that will be my way of making this nude a little more dramatic and bold. So I think that's what I'm going to end up doing, but I'm gonna go apply my foundation and do the rest of my face off camera, and then I will be back to finish up my eyes. So I will see you guys soon. So I have finished up my face and I decided to go glowy. Since this was a very nudie eye, I wanted to bring in the beaming highlight, and I got lipstick on my teeth again. And then do like a popping lip, but the eye look is not done, so we still need to do that. At first I went in with Champagne Pop by Jaclyn Hill, and then I layered it a little bit more with some Anastasia from her Ultimate Glow Kit to really have it poppin'. And I actually put some ColourPop lip gloss on in Honey Bee. So I think this will look really nice when it all comes together. Next, I am going to do my waterline in Perversion, and this is just the same as the tight line for my base. Now I'm going to do my gel, and I'm just going to do a little wing. I'm not going to do anything like crazy dramatic, but I'm going to dip my gel, or my brush, back in the gel. And then it is much better if you don't pull your eye taut, but it drives me crazy to not like tug at it and just make sure that it is, oh, I got extra product on it, and make sure that the skin is tight. So I know it's a bad habit, but I have to do it or it bugs me. So I'm just going to start drawing that wing out, following the lower lash line, and that's the angle you want to go straight up. And you can make this as dramatic as you want. You can skip this step. It does not matter. My eyelashes always get in the way. I'm going to bring it down to connect it and color it in. I'm going to have some cleaning up to do. I'm telling you, long lashes are a pain in the butt for applying falsies and for wings. They just get in the way. Now I'm going to take a Morphe E39, which is just a really small tip brush, and dip it into Champagne Pop, and I'm going to highlight under my brow bone and tie that highlight in really nicely and bring in some of that banging effect. Now, starting from like our base colors, I'm going to take Flesh, that first tone that we used for the crease, and I'm going to build that under my lower lash line And this was really light, but I'm gonna go like fairly intense on the shade because it can be really smoky, and like I said, it is such a light shade. It doesn't need to be like tight to the waterline or anything like that. Now I'm going to take Tanya, which was that more of a creamy brown color, and I'm going to work that one a little bit closer into the lash line to smoke this out. This one I do want a little bit tighter to the lash line, but I want this to be smoky, so it doesn't need to be too tight and precise. And again, I'm just loving holding this palette. It is life right now. I just love it. I want to like cuddle it. It is so good. So good, you guys. Now I'm going to take Champagne Pop and pop it into my inner corners as a highlight. That was so cheesy, but we're going to use that as the inner corner highlight. Then I am going to take Bellatrix, which is that shade that I used with my fingertip and put on my lid, but I can't use my fingers, I get it in the inner corner. So I'm going to take a really tiny Morphe E39 brush, super little, and put that into my inner corners because I just want to drag that shade downward as well and tie it in. So it's kind of just blending Champagne Pop and Bellatrix together. I'm going to bring that slightly down my lash line too. I think I am done messing with my eyes aside from mascara, so I will pop that on off of camera and I will be right back. So since I'm not actually going anywhere, I just couldn't wait to get my hands on this palette and open it up, and I wanted to do it for the first time on camera for you guys and then get right into a tutorial. I decided to make an attempt at falsies, and I never wear them because my eyelashes are really long as is, and I've just always struggled with trying to apply them because getting around your natural lash onto yourself is a nightmare. But I went for such a nudie, I mean, it has turned into quite a dramatic look, even though I had envisioned doing a very subtle nude daytime glam look. By who am I kidding? So I did end up attempting falsies and it worked out. I got them on. I don't know if they would last for hours and hours and hours, but I have tried putting on falsies maybe 10 times now or so, and this is the second time I've been successful in about 10 attempts, but I did hang in there. And usually I just get frustrated and I'm on a time crunch and I give up and that's it, and I pull them off and I just put mascara on and I'm done. So I did get them on and I love the way they look. It just does give that little added something. So I am going to go get finished getting dressed for my final look, and I will check back in with you guys in a minute. So this is the final look that I ended up coming up with. It's not exactly a nudie look that I had first said I was going to create. Well, that's not true, because at first I said I had no idea what I was going to do, because I didn't, and I hadn't even opened the palette. I wanted to open it for the first time on camera, so without having seen these beautiful colors, I really didn't know what I was going to do. And then when I saw it, I thought, you know what, I just finished doing something really dramatic and plummy and burgundy, and I'll go for a nudie look. And then as I started going for the nudie look, I thought, you know, I need some black liner. And then that turned into, well, I need a nice glow to go with the nude. And then it turned into, you know, Natasha Denona is so about the wing, and she really does dramatic eyes. So then I added on a little bit of a wing. And then I did a little bit more of a wing than I was going to. At first I was going to do a baby wing. And then I had some time, so I played with falsies And you know, those always amp up the look. And then I thought, well, let's go throw in a hairpiece and make the hair big. And then I put on this color. So then I ended up combining two ColourPop colors to get this lip color. So I at first had done just Honeybee, which was a really nice, you know, hot pink, but still toned down. And then I added in an ultra matte lip in this vibrant purple, which is Lychee. And I mixed the two, and I had to keep checking to make sure they're not transferring onto my teeth, because mixing a liquid lipstick and a liquid lip gloss is just usually a disaster. So then I just amped up the look, and this is what I have come up with. So I hope that you guys like it. I'm really happy with how it turned out, even though it's not where my mind was going once I started the look. I'm really digging it. It is, you know, I think you could still pull it off and make it a daytime glam, but you know, it's definitely a little bit more fun and party and nighttime appropriate, but you could totally tone it down. Anyway, these eyeshadows were incredible. I can't say enough amazing things about this. I didn't have a chance to work with the duochromes or the glitter, the chroma crystal ones yet, but I did do the mattes and the metallics, and there was no fallout. None. When I went to do cleanup, all I did was clean up on like my own mess, because I'm so used to just kind of being sloppy and going outside of the line, because there's always fallout from eyeshadows. So I'm not used to just like trying to keep it precise, because I know that I'm gonna end up having to like clean up all of that fallout and then pull my skin and then wipe it clean, and so there's just no point in trying to be precise in the application. But once I was wiping everything away, I realized there was zero, like literally zero powder fallout. So when she says that she did a new creamy matte formula that has no fallout, that is really easy to work with, super blendable, it's no joke. This new formula is so innovative. I have never seen anything like this. And I already had her 5 palette eyeshadow, and I am like, I've been so obsessed with these eyeshadows. Then when you see all of these rectangular ones, those are all Natasha Denona as well. So I mean, I've had a lot of experience working with her eyeshadows, and this new palette is just something out of this world. I am not kidding you. It is just like a super saturated, super pigment. It just delivers this intense dose of color, and the color payoff is incredible. Even the nude shades. At first you start building it and you have like a nice sheer, and then when you really start working it, you can build up this really bold color. It's incredible what this palette does. I can't even believe it. So she's not messing around when she says that she has come up with a new formula, that there's no fallout, because there's not. I mean, I know that it is expensive at $169 for this, but when you look at everything you're getting, when it's 18 brand new shades, it is a luxury brand to begin with. This packaging alone is just incredible. It is beautiful, it is solid, it is not going to break. You have that sheet that gives you the flexibility of tearing it out if you want to or not. But like I said, it keeps your mirror completely clean, and then this thing folds so easily. And then while you're holding it and working with these, like having that there, you then don't get any fingerprints on the mirror. I loved holding this. And then when you have no fallout, so if you have to do touch-ups, which I can't even imagine this moving, I don't think there will be a need for touch-ups, but you wouldn't have to worry about it getting on your face and needing to kick any of it away. I think it's worth it. I really do. And if you get it from Beautylish, You can do this over 3 months. So you can order it from Beautylish now, get it shipped out. It'll be free 2-day shipping, and then you'll pay 3 equal payments over 3 months. So it makes it even more worthwhile. So I love this. I really do. I can't say enough about it. It was literally like this effortless application. I really don't even know how to describe it. It was just, it went on so beautifully. And then I know I put some glitter glue on the lid at first because I didn't know how it would apply. But then when I worked with it on the inner corner and dragged it on the lower lash line, I had no issues. So I don't even think the glitter glue is necessary. And I used my finger and I used a brush, and both were effortless. I had no issues. So I think that this is like some super magical palette. Then you just never see it. And then you have all of these shades. Like you have everything that you need in the warms and the cool tones. Seriously. So even though I'm kind of sounding repetitive, I mean, I'm not kidding you when I say that nothing compares to this. Like nothing. There is just such extreme pigmentation. It is so finely milled. It is so buttery. It is so creamy. You barely had to tap it. It just blended out. There was no messiness in the pan. There was no fallout onto my face. It like melted into my skin almost. It wasn't patchy at all. Like there was no patchiness. It was just so smooth. It's phenomenal. I'm gonna wrap it up by saying it is phenomenal. So I just went and looked it up on Beautylish because I wanted to see if it had more of a write-up on what is in this formula, because like, I'm not kidding you guys, there's something so different about it. And it says moisturizing botanical oils create a velvety texture that sweeps over delicate skin without any fallout. So she has some super magical secret potion moisturizing botanical oils in this. That's her secret. So way to go, Natasha. So that does it for this video. I know I have rambled a lot, but I really can't say enough about this palette. It is just, here, let me kind of get some of these glitter. Like, look at that. I mean, that's barely touching it. I need makeup wipes and it's dried up. There's one more glitter shade. To my other hand. Like, look at that. And then these duochrome. Okay, I have to do these. Like burgundy and like pinky tones. These are just, so, okay. I'm going to be doing so many tutorials with this palette. I know I said the same thing about, I'm messing up this palette. I had to clean it off because I was getting transfer from my fingers onto the palette, and I still am. And I want to keep her clean because she's so beautiful. But I was saying that, I know I said that about the Modern Renaissance palette. And I will be with that one too because I love that palette. And that one is $42. But this baby is just from out of this world. So I will be doing a lot of looks with this palette as well. This is gonna stay top shelf, handy at all times, traveling with it. I'm not, like, I just wanna like go cuddle it and put it under my pillow and just, I don't even know if it's limited edition because everything I read says that it's like their new holiday palette. So I don't even know if this is limited, and it's so expensive, but I want to know if it's limited because if it's limited, like, I need to have a backup. I'm having like an anxiety attack at the thought of this being limited edition and not ever having these shades again. But it can't be, and this is her new formula, so she has to be sticking with this new formula for mattes, right? Right. All right. So this video is so long and I am so sorry, but I'm so excited about it because it was really that amazing. So all the hype was worth it. the price tag is worth it. I know it's expensive, but it's worth it. Go to Beautylish and do the flexible payment plan. There are no strings attached. I promise you, I've done it myself. It is amazing. They are an incredible company. They're small. They're out of San Francisco. Everything comes packaged with care, and it is so cute, and you're literally like opening up a Christmas present the way it's all wrapped. Like, it's worth it. So just go get this palette. It is awesome. You're not going to regret it, I'm telling you guys. So that does it for this video. Thank you so much for watching. If you have made it till the end, thank you so much. I want to like hug you through the screen. Kisses to you. Thank you for getting through this and bearing with me and watching it. And I'm sending you lots of love. So that is it for this one. And until next time, good night, good morning, wherever you are. I love you guys, and I will talk to you later. Bye.